Today, we're going to unpack the timeless lessons from what is, without a doubt, one of history's most pivotal journeys.
And that's a really great question, right? We're going to explore how the Prophet Muhammad's migration, the Hijra, was so much more than just a physical escape. It was a masterclass. A masterclass in strategy, in leadership, in an unwavering faith. And the lessons from it? They're just as powerful for any big challenge you might be facing today.
All right, so we're going to break this down into 3 core themes. And when you see them together, you'll realize they form a complete, powerful blueprint for achieving something truly great.
Okay, let's dive right into our first section. You know, every great plan, every single ambitious project you can think of, it all starts with this essential balancing act, right? It's the balance between your own hard work and while having trust in something that's just beyond your control.
Okay, so what's so fascinating here is this tension you see. On one side, you have this absolutely meticulous, flawless planning. I mean, nothing was left to chance. But then, reality hits. The plan runs into trouble, things go wrong, and suddenly, the pursuers are way too close for comfort. And what does that tell us? It tells us that even the most perfect plan is going to face stuff you just can't predict.
And this right here, this is the heart of our first big lesson. You do everything in your power. You plan, you prepare, you execute to the absolute best of your ability. But, and this is a big but, when you've hit the wall, when you've done all a human possibly can, that's when you have to trust that something else, divine aid, fate, luck, whatever you want to call it, is going to step in and cover those gaps.
So imagine this scene. The pursuers are literally standing right at the mouth of the cave. And in that moment of extreme danger, this is the calm reassurance the prophet gives to his companion. This question, it says it all. It shows that after you've put in all the human effort, the final, most crucial ingredient is just this unshakable faith that you are not in this alone.
All right, so that's the foundation. Now let's move on to our next section and build on that. Because it's not just about the plan, is it? It's also about the character of the leader who's actually carrying it out.
You see, what the Hijra shows us is that a real leader, they don't take the easy way out while everyone else struggles. No, they walk the most difficult path, right there with their people. They get tired, they face the same dangers, they feel the struggle firsthand. And why is that so important? Because it makes them a genuine role model, someone people can actually look at and say, I can follow that example.
Okay, this next part is just incredible. Think about it. He's being actively hunted down by this guy, Suraka. And what does the prophet do? He looks right at his pursuer and predicts a future victory so huge, so grand, that this very man will one day wear the bracelets of the Persian emperor. I mean, that's just next-level vision. It shows this profound, unwavering hope that doesn't just fire you up, it's so powerful it can even inspire your enemies.
So what's the key takeaway here? For a true leader, the mission is constant. It's like breathing. You don't just stop because the circumstances are, well, inconvenient. Even in the middle of this high-stakes escape for his life, the prophet saw every single encounter not as a threat, but as a chance to teach, a chance to invite people to his cause. The mission never, ever pauses.
And that brings us to our final pillar. And honestly, this might just be the most vital part of the whole blueprint. Because let's be real, no great endeavor, not a single one in all of history, is ever achieved alone.
Look, the Hijra wasn't some solo mission by a superhero. Far from it. In fact, the prophet specifically, actively sought out a companion for this incredibly dangerous journey. And that decision alone highlights a fundamental truth. You need community. You need true partnership. They are absolutely essential if you want to succeed.
So what does that kind of support actually look like? Well, take a look at this number, 5,000 dirhams. That's how much his companion, Abu Bakr, brought for the journey. And you have to understand, that was everything. That was every last penny he had to his name at that moment. It wasn't just a donation, it was his entire worldly wealth, all in on the mission.
But, you know, it went so much deeper than just money. This list, it shows a love that was active, not passive. He's the one preparing the camels for the journey. He literally weeps with joy just to be chosen as the companion. He goes into the cave first to clean it out and make sure it's safe. He even walks in front of and behind the prophet on the road, acting as a human shield. This is what true companionship, rooted in deep, selfless service, really looks like.
Abu Bakr's example. It's the textbook definition of being ready for service without excuse. It just screams that true support means you act, You don't hesitate. You make the mission the absolute priority, way above your own personal comfort or convenience.
And this verse from the Quran, which a lot of scholars connect directly to Abu Bakr, it just perfectly captures that whole spirit, the spirit of giving everything you have, your money, your time, your energy, for a cause that is so much bigger than yourself. Okay, so let's put it all together. You have these three essential pillars. You've got action, that's your meticulous effort combined with unwavering faith. You've got character, that's the visionary, empathetic leadership. And you've got community, powered by selfless companionship. These three together form the complete blueprint for greatness that the Hijra shows us. So as we wrap this up, the big question isn't just about understanding a story from the past. It's about putting it to use right now. So I want you to think about your own great endeavor, your career, your family, your personal goals, whatever it is. Which of these pillars, action, character, or community, which one can you start strengthening in your own life today?